Hola a todos, I'm Priscilla with the Environmental Center. We are here interviewing Greg Delgado and Blanca here at EsTá BiEn, celebrating Latino Heritage Month. So Greg, yeah, tell us who you are. Feel free to share as much as you like.
My name is Greg again, and I'm from Southern Arizona, Tucson. My heritage and my culinary background has been with Latino food, mainly indigenous of the Southwest with the Mexican and combined. And I've been with EsTá BiEn for a little under a year now, and yeah, it's a very traditional street food restaurant with tacos, pupusas, and pupusas tend to be one of our very popular dishes, and we're lucky to have this amazing cook that who has comes from El Salvador and knows the craft of making those pupusas and makes excellent pupusas. So they're our biggest sellers. So, we tend to sell a lot of pupusas here with her great work in hand. And we also sell, like I said, tacos. We do lengua and menudos and birrias and things like that as well. So we do a variety. Street tacos sold a la carte. It's very simple, low key. It's a neighborhood little restaurant. It's owned by the Ola Restaurants, and I just brought in a little bit of the flair of the things that my style in this as well. So it's just kind of a combination of us as the Latinos. It's a little of everybody. It's not one person in particular.
So yeah, can you talk about like you said, you talked very cultural food from what you grew up with at home. Yeah, can you talk about the traditions that you grew up with in your home and cooking, and like what inspired you to get into food and the food business and cooking? Because I know you're also a great chef. I've had the pleasure of tasting your delicious food. So yeah, can you talk about that?
Sure. My food tradition comes back from my family. My mother and my grandmother were amazing cooks. These are women who made food in the Southwest for generations, and my food style tradition and passion for food comes from that. I was raised in a very poor family in Southern Arizona, and we did home cooking. We toasted chilies. We would go to New Mexico and buy chili and come home and roast it. We harvested verdolagas, which is purslane here, we call that. We made our own tamales. We lived on a farm, so we raised, we butchered, we farmed, we harvested, all of that. So our life was evolved around a culture of food and sharing, and also sharing a table with friends and family. So I was blessed to have a mother who loved having company over, so we always had big gatherings and lots of wonderful food and getting to taste different types of food, and great conversation and great communities built around a dinner table. So that's a passion of mine, and that's where I get it from.
So you grew up on a farm, so you grew a lot of your own food, and you said you butchered your own animals and grew a lot of the herbs and chiles. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about like the importance of the connection to the land and growing your own food and knowing where it comes from, and sustainability and yeah, the life of what it's like to grow up on a farm?
Well, definitely. There is it's a social aspect of how our food is connected, how we connect to our food, but it's also learning how to appreciate it and not undervalue our food and save and not waste. And also, you don't buy packaged stuff, and so you're not wasting as much. But living on a farm taught you about where your food comes from, and it teaches you as a child and as growing up. So it's a learned experience, and I think every kid should have the opportunity to be able to learn that, where their food comes from, and also how to prepare it. Because when you're engaged with your food and making it or growing it, you're connected to it, and that connection brings a stronger emphasis on how to protect our environment and what that means.
Could you tell us your first memory or first experience with food and learning to make cultural and traditional foods growing up?
That one would definitely, with us always is the traditional ones, is the tamales and the carne asada. For the longest time. The funny one is my mother would make calabacitas, which is just squash and cheese sauteed, a wonderful dish. But as a kid growing up, I hated those things. I could not stand them. Now it's one of my favorite dishes. So it's as we'd grow and we evolve, but I had to go back and backpedal and tell my mother, "Hey, Mom, I was wrong. These things are great." So that's the tradition of evolving of our food and connection to our food. You may not like it as a kid, but as you grow, you learn to appreciate it because it comes with memories and it comes with family and it comes with history. So I really like that connection with our foods because it really creates conversation and memories for my family.
What inspired you to want to run this business? You said, yeah.
I've been in culinary for many years. I did things as much as hosting hunting and fishing lodges in Mexico, fine dining in Texas and Arizona, front of the house, the back of the house, all of it. I wasn't so much an interest in running a restaurant. This was just a great place to be creative and work with a small community group in a small community that's very supportive. And that's the reason I chose this place, because I think it has that potential of being a neighborhood place that where I can be creative, and it allows for diverse types of Latino food to be introduced here on the table. So that's kind of what the goal is, and I think that's really exactly what I want to be doing at this time.
Awesome. And can you talk more about, like, how did you land in Bend? Why Bend specifically, or Central Oregon specifically?
Well, that's quite a while back. I came in town about 10-15 years ago. I can't remember when, but it was basically, I was living in Estes Park, Colorado, and it was kind of cold up there. It was like either 4 feet of snow for like 10 months out of the year. I thought that was a little too much snow, so I thought I need something with this climate change, and I came here. And what made me stay was a community. I mean, good people. I mean, I found a lot of really nice, friendly people, a good community to live in. I stepped out of culinary for a bit to get into social justice work, and that was received very well. I think the community is doing a lot of work there. We do have to do a lot of work, but I think at least they're making the efforts to go there and be conscientious of things like our environment and racial issues and all those things. So I think that's a good, healthy community, and healthy community is where I wanted to be. So that's kind of why I stick around here.
What would you like speaking of community and social justice and environmental work, what would you like the community to know about you and your business and your work and our traditions growing up in the Latino worlds? What would you like to share about that?
Well, I'd like to share, first of all, doing the pupusas today. That was a great idea, being the fact that we're not just all Mexican, we're not all just Latino, indigenous. So sharing other parts of our culture was the key to this. And also understanding that, bringing new flavors and new styles and new techniques and new foods to the table make for a wonderful, creative community, make for a great community. Things to talk about, things to share, and things to grow on. We get so stuck in the same things, and we don't want to do that. We want to be able to be diverse in our food and our culture and our community. And a great way to do that, start the conversation, is through our food. So that's why that's my passion for doing this right now. Because I think we need to build more healthier communities. Right now, in the time of COVID, we need to connect stronger, bigger and stronger connections. And I think through food and getting to know each other right now is the way we're going to keep our communities safe. So that to me is important at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Can you talk more about Latino Heritage Month and what it means to you and what it means to be Latino?
Sure. Latino Heritage Month means that now we acknowledge and we honor our culture and the diversity of it for 30 days out of the year. This is something big for us as a nation, and I think as a people too, for us to be able to say, hey, we can be proud of who we are. We can own that and all our identities and all our colors, and I think that's a beautiful space. So I'm very proud of that whole idea. It's a great positive step moving forward.
Definitely. Any closing thoughts? Anything I missed? Anything important that you want to share with our community here, not only in Bend, but in Central Oregon?
Yeah. Well, we're open here from 11 to 5 because of COVID and because of staffing. We're only open for lunch. It's a hidden spot, so look for it on your internet and come and join us and try us out if you'd like. We do to go as well too. So I encourage everybody to come and try it out. And just keep enjoying the diversity of the foods in our community and keep sharing those experiences, because that's what makes a community great, is when when not everybody's the same, but we all can be unique and bring new things to the table. That's what makes a community great. So let's keep it up.
Awesome. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
All right.
Sí, mi nombre es Blanca Rosa Vilés, y yo vengo de El Salvador. Tengo 7 años de haber venido de El Salvador, y desde que llegué de El Salvador entré a trabajar en EsTá BiEn, entré en el EsTá BiEn de la tercera, luego abrieron que está acá, y estoy aquí. Sí. Y siempre desde que entré a trabajar haciendo pupusas, y seguimos con las pupusas, y como le digo, se venden muy bien las pupusas, la gente los busca mucho por las pupusas, les encantan las pupusas que tenemos aquí en este lugar.
Son famosos.
Sí, como le digo, viene gente de Ceylan a buscar las pupusas aquí, vienen de Redmond, de Madra, A veces vendemos hasta 60 pupusas al día, 50, 30, pues depende cómo vengan personas aquí a buscar las pupusas. Pero sí se venden mucho. Ahorita vamos a hacer la masa para preparar las pupusas.
Y la masa es nomás...
Solo masa y agua. Es más seca, es harina de maíz.
Seca de maíz.
Sí. No le ponemos nada más. La pupusa que vamos a hacer ahorita es la revuelta. La pupusa revuelta lleva queso, chicharrón de puerco y frijol. La masa está preparada. Ahora vamos a hacer la preparación para la pupusa revuelta. Esta pupusa revuelta lleva queso, frijol y chicharrón. Aquí tenemos lo que es el frijol. Al queso le ponemos el frijol que esté un poco calientito para que ablande el queso. Ahora le ponemos lo que es el frijol. Aquí estamos mezclando lo que es el frijol con el queso. Luego le ponemos el chicharrón ya preparado. Esta es la pupusa que le llamamos revuelta, porque lleva de 3 ingredientes: queso, chicharrón de puerco y el frijol. Y listo para hacer las pupusas. Ahorita vamos a hacer una. Ahora hacemos la pupusa revuelta. La pupusa en cocinarse dura como unos 5 o 6 minutos, porque es necesario que se cueza todo lo que es la masa, porque ya esto pues ya está el chicharrón, los frijoles está cocido, pero sí tarda un poco. En este plato le ponemos en El Salvador le llamamos curtido. En el curtido le picamos el repollo. El repollo lo compramos entero. Pico el repollo bien picadito, le ponemos zanahoria, le ponemos vinagre, lleva orégano y le ponemos también chile de árbol. Muy poco, pero sí lleva. Entonces este curtido lo servimos y ahí está la pupusa ya de servirla.
Está lista.
Sí, ya está lista.
Gracias por su tiempo, gracias por su trabajo, gracias por hacernos pupusas veganos.
No, de nada, lo hago con gusto.
Y gracias por bienvenidos a su trabajo y pues es un placer.
Trae una tradición tan tremenda para aquí, de este país, trae un sabor distinto que viene de otra región, es orgullo latino y lo trae aquí a este pueblo. Muchas gracias por eso también.
Bueno, gracias a ustedes.
Gracias
bueno,
a
y que disfruten la visita.
Buen provecho, gracias.
Bueno, gracias.
I want to thank Central Oregon Community College and the Latino Culture Club for sponsoring this event, for making it happen. Please visit EsTá BiEn at 221 Northwest Hill Street off the corner of Florida and Hill. Please support these local businesses, continue to support all BIPOC businesses here in the community, amplify them, empower them. And thank you again for watching, and happy Latino Heritage Month.